What's up, guys? It is Adam Palmer. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. If you like this video, please comment. Please let me know that you're digging it. Please hit the like button. It would really help us out. Thank you so much. So, one question I get more than probably anything is, which platform is better, Upwork or Fiverr? I have a channel called Upwork Saved My Life and not Fiverr Saved My Life for a reason, because I've spent a lot of time on Upwork. I do like Fiverr though, trust me, I really love Fiverr. I order a lot of gigs on there. I use it all the time. However, for people like me, it's not as good on the freelance side. So I wanted to put this video together. No hate here, but it's Upwork over Fiverr by, now this is 100% for people like me. Well, let me just run you through an actual scenario which just happened to me. One situation that happened was I took this gig and it was for 1,000, okay? Easy math. It was $1,000 gig, okay? And this was on Fiverr. Two problems. One was the percentage, which was 20% for Fiverr, okay? Just to show you on Upwork, that same 1,000 would be only 10%, okay? So here, they're taking $200 right off the top. And here, Upwork is only taking $100, okay? So the thing is, everybody says, oh, Upwork's 20%, Upwork's 20%, but it's really not if you get above 500 threshold. At that point, it switches to 10%. And this is huge because, most of our projects are way beyond 500. The difference between 100 and 200 being taken out, when you're getting 1,000, that's 100% difference, okay? 100% difference. And, it's not on a small amount, guys, that's a big deal. So I think Fiverr's great for these small gigs, and if you are able to just kind of mass produce these things at a rapid clip, you wake up, you have 5 orders in the queue, and you can go bing, 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 bing. Then I don't think this matters as much, right? If you are taking on a bigger gig, $1,000 above, why would you wanna pay 100% difference? So this is a big deal. This is something I'm gonna think about because, I don't know if I wanna have a long-term relationship where it's just gonna be 20%. Now here's the other kicker. If I get this to 10,000, right, which happens all the time, especially when you're working with agencies, I've had clients now pay me 6 figures. So that drops to 5% on Upwork. 5%, guys. And this is like the holy grail. Because if you can get 5%, it's basically like a Stripe payment, or a credit card payment. Maybe a difference of like 1 or 2 points. You know what I mean, guys? And then you're still getting all the benefits and the protection and all these things. So it's pretty crazy how much of a difference it is when you're playing at these levels, because it's not just heads up, straight up like, oh, all these platforms are the same, because there's a big difference here. So I think you really need to depend on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to sell and all these things, because it can drastically change how you're receiving the revenue, because again, that's a big deal, guys. Let me know what you think about this. If my math is wrong, I'm happy to revisit it, but I'll share my my earnings with you guys to just show you, this is a big deal. Now, this isn't the whole thing, okay? Now, this is just part of it. The real crazy thing is that it takes so long to receive your money. So we're talking 2 entire full weeks on Fiverr I had to wait, okay? And that kind of stinks. I mean, granted, if you can get in rotation with any platform, you start working for multiple weeks, you kind of forget about that because it just keeps hitting like, that Wednesday or that Friday, depending on whether you're an agency or a freelancer. But it just stinks right off the bat, especially when you're dealing with patchy work, especially when you're dealing with getting taken, having 20% taken out, and especially if you're not even really guaranteed the money. I mean, that's the other crazy thing. With Upwork, you're paying that tax or those fees to Upwork because they're your partners essentially. If you run into drama, they're going to cover you. I've never had a situation where like they didn't, you just follow the rules and they cover you, because sometimes clients just drift off. You don't hear from them, and you're just kind of like stuck, left holding the bag. And it's really unfortunate. Now with Fiverr, granted, they have the automatic payments after a couple days and it moves the project along. However, they can dispute it. And then what? Then you get sucked from your account, and sucked from your bank account possibly, and that's not really awesome to live in that kind of precarious situation. Again, think about it. It may make sense if you're doing, multiple projects per day, because if someone disputes that, it's, it could be $50, something not crazy. Okay, take the $50, whatever, disputed, right? It's not that big of a deal. It's more about on Fiverr, you get a lot of those and your profile is gonna go down. That's how you're gonna get penalized there. It's not the end of the world if a dispute happens like monetarily. But if you're doing like 1,000 plus, you spend all this time with a client, they decide not to pay, no pay, right? And all of a sudden, the automatic payment comes through, it hits their account, they go crazy because they didn't really plan on paying in the first place. They wanted to draw this project out and creep it out because they're paying $1,000, and these things happen at these levels. Sometimes expectations and communication are off, and this is why I preach so often to do hourly contracts, because there is so much scope creep and clients change what they want, as they should. They should want to adjust their project to make it better. So, I think that it goes back to what are you doing, what's your project, and which platform does that make sense for? Because again, I love Fiverr for certain things, but however, for my freelancing at the consulting level where we're making 5 figures or more per project, I have to acknowledge this. There has to be more. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching this whole video, and looking forward to making more content for you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.